premier but, numéro 99, Emma Rose Payette. Champ droit, numéro 6, Alexia Chevrier.
Except for coming and going. Yeah. The door stays closed except for coming and going.
Champ gauche, Marie-Soleil Rondeau, numéro 8. Joueuse désignée, numéro 50, Brianna Doucette. Receveuse, numéro 10, Emma Pelletier. L'arrêt courte, numéro 70, Lily Kirlin.
Gentlemen, what are you almost ready to go? We get some lead here. I guess we'll wait for the green light. This game's going to start right at 1:30. And it's 1:29. So the first pitch, Jean, is coming up. Momentaire. Are you getting any direction? No, okay. I guess we're ready to go then. Well, good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome back to the Caribou Complex here in Pleasantville in the east end of St. John's, Newfoundland, Labrador, as the ladies softball preliminaries continue here on this hot and humid Monday, the 11th of August, 2025. Alongside Bill Hart, I'm Brian Rogers, ready to bring you the action between Ontario and Quebec. Quebec is the home team here, and that means that Caitlin Parisi, the center fielder, number 19, will lead off here for Team Ontario. Billy, we got lots of enthusiasm in the background.
That's right.
We've got the ambience spikes going. I love it. Nothing like ambience for a broadcast. And the first pitch is in there, and it is a call strike.
This is going to be a dynamite game.
I
you
think
almost
so.
sense it, the enthusiasm on both benches.
Yeah. That is Alex Dreen Corchan, who is on the mound for Quebec. She is the flex, meaning that she'll pitch, but she will not bat. And she's wearing number 72. Here's the wind and the pitch. That's outside. So underway with game 2 of 4 here today on Universum Media Inc. With the direction of Scott McLean and the crew in the truck. Let's have a great call here, guys, and job well done as usual for Universum out of Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island.
I love that view right there you just saw. Again, if you're just tuning in, the Rocky Mountains of Newfoundland. This is a different kind of Rocky Mountains than what you're used to, like in Alberta.
There's a ball fouled back. Foul ball. I love the fact that we've got the ambience because there's nothing like ambience during a hockey game as well,
right,
with the puck rattling off the glass.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing you got to be careful of is some of the language sometimes, but I love it. It just
the
adds
sounds of the
so much
game.
to a giver. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Nice pitch.
So Alexandrine, that would be like Alexandrine Corchan gets a strikeout of Caitlin Parisi to start, and Piper Morley, the left fielder, number 8, will step in for Ontario. Visitor in this tilt here this afternoon. Mike French is the umpire for this afternoon's game. Aaron Fuller is down at first base. And Rhonda Danchek is down the third baseline. That's your umpiring crew for Ontario and Quebec. middle for strike. Or Shane bringing the heat.
Piper Morley out of St. George, Ontario.
Indeed. Hey, we even got the ump. Is he mic'd?
Sure
Kind of sound like it. Yeah, I love it. Ball punched out to left center, and the catch is made. So 2 up, 2 down for Ontario here in the top of the first, and here's the third baseman, number 12, Caitlin Colley.
Au bâton pour l'équipe Ontario, numéro 12, joueuse troisième but, Caitlin Colley.
Ball foul back. Here comes the wind, the pitch, and that one appeared to bounce off. Man, we've got the sound effects going here.
I love this.
Something crazy, but I love it. It's correct as well. It got to the backstop. Not sure exactly how it happened, but that's how it ended up. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away here. Top of the first. No score. Little outside. 2-1. First baseman corralling that, hanging on. Emma Rose Payette camped under it, puts it away, and Ontario done as they go 1-2-3 here in the top of the first here this afternoon. Women's softball preliminaries from the Caribou Complex. We have 2 fields. Pepperell Field is the main one, which we're broadcasting on the game here. And on Legion Field as we speak, Saskatchewan, Nova Scotia lock in a heck of a ball game. Tied at 3 into the 4th inning. And the Saskatchewan and Nova Scotia fans are really doing a great job trying to drown each other out. Both sections with their provincial flags, and it's just awesome to see the excitement of the 2025 Canada Days Game 2. And everything just, I mean, you can't beat this. It's summer. It's warm. I know it might be too hot for some. Yeah. And, you know, we're dealing with those wildfires, et cetera, and that. But, I mean, you couldn't ask for any better weather than we've got.
No, it's
and
very
had
nice.
Because we're not used to these soaring temperatures. Maybe in August we are, but we don't get that much summer here, unfortunately. So this has been
We have
immaculate.
summers where nothing surprises people.
Yeah.
I barbecued in the snow.
Yeah.
One June. So I'm not surprised if some of these athletes brought snow pants with them.
I played ball in snow in June, believe me, in the Mount Pearl Men's Senior League.
Oh, boy.
Down to Rich Lavanier Field in Mount Pearl, man. We were down there playing in June in snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was many years ago. And a memory that you want to forget but can't.
It's not uncommon here in this province to play softball and be able to see your breath.
Yeah, you got that right. There was a time when, as sports director at VOCM Radio, when this facility was about to open, I was a little bit, I wasn't too sure, and my main concern was the fog and the temperatures. And so I made a comment on my sportscast at the end. I said, I'm not really sure if that's the ideal spot, but a brand new facility is opening down there. And Dewey Fitzgerald was livid. He was president of St. John's Softball League and Softball Newfoundland and Labrador. And he said, Rogers, step aside, son. Anyways, he was not happy with my comment. But, Bill, in all honesty, it's been here a long time. It is a great facility, but many, and I'm saying many games down here have been postponed. Schedules have been wiped out because of the fog. It gets so foggy down here, coming out of the guts at Kitty Vitty Lake and off the lake itself, that you couldn't see a foot in front of you. So that was a danger. And
definitely is.
but when the prep went in there, nope, we're going to be brand new, and so live and learn. But I mean, it's been around for a long time. There's been some great memories here as well. Here's a ball touched up toward the second baseman, easy pickings. As the Quebec leadoff hitter is retired, it was Raphael Bouchard, the left fielder. And now stepping into the box for Team Quebec is the catcher, number 24, Justine Marin.
Au bâton pour l'équipe Québec, la receveuse numéro 24, Justine Marin.
Here's the pitch. Squirting to the backstop. And called a strike. Vicky Klimashevsky up on the count here. Pitches outside, runs to 1 and 2. Ball hit hard out to left field. That is going to park the right fielder and the center fielder. It's going to bounce under the fence. It'll be a ground rule double. So Quebec in business here in the bottom of the first is Justine Marin. Slaps a double out to right center. And is in scoring position for her team. Stepping in now is the center fielder, number 48, Elodie Fournier. Strike one call. Did she offer? Yep, looks like she checked her swing. She did. He went for the appeal down to the first base umpire, positioned between first and second, and it worked out well for Elodie. Here's the pitch, and she got tied up on that one. Two balls, one strike. And here's the second out as Elodie Fournier goes down swinging. So two away here, the bottom of the first, in a scoreless tie between Ontario and Quebec. And here's the cleanup hitter, the first baseman, number 99, Emma Rose Payette. Ball cranked toward the second baseman, and no play. So Quebec have runners at first and third with two down as they threaten, and they put Alexia Chevrier, the right fielder, in a position to succeed here with runners at first and third and two away.
Au bâton pour l'équipe Québec, numéro 6, champ droite, Alexia Chevrier.
Pitch is high and outside. Ball one. Vicky Klimashevsky. Got to dig down deep here. Two outs. Runners at first and third for Team Quebec. And here's the pitch. And it's cranked out toward left field, and it is going to be just out of the reach of the converging left fielder, third baseman, and shortstop, and it bounces into the parking lot here at the Boo, which is short for the Caribou Complex. Pepperell Field, the site of Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia, Saskatchewan, in a humdinger over on the Legion field as we speak. Here's one right down the middle, and that's a called strike. As Klimashevsky came back to the heater. And she's a strike away from getting out of this. Into her set. Here's the wind, the pitch, and that ball is going to be cranked up toward right field. And it's caught. And the Quebec rally is snuffed out there, leaving runners at first and third here in the bottom of the first inning. No score after one.
After 1 inning of play, the score, Team Ontario 0, Team Quebec 0.
À la fin de la première manche, la marque est équipe Ontario 0, équipe Québec 0.
Following the conclusion of Quebec and Ontario on Universal Media Inc., our next broadcast will be at 4 o'clock. Right on the money, as Gary Corbett tells us. Timing is essential. British Columbia and Saskatchewan. That should be a heck of a ball game. And then tonight at 6:30, Newfoundland, Labrador, and Quebec. So
that's going to be
the young team from the La Belle Province, a busy ball club with back-to-back, well, not back-to-back games, but pretty close. They're playing a doubleheader. They're playing two.
Expect a big crowd down here, too, as every Newfoundland and Labrador team is getting some fantastic fan support.
Yeah, they really have. And I'm sure we haven't been to the other venues, but I'm sure King George V of the soccer is lights out. And I mean, all the venues, there's so many beautiful, they've done such a great job up to the Fortis Field up on the University of Memorial.
Right.
Wow. I mean, this is such a bonus for the Metro region, for all of Newfoundland, Labrador, to be quite honest with you, because St. John's being the largest metropolitan area easily, right? But anyways, having new facilities, and it's just, it goes without saying, it's needed, and it's about time.
Yes,
and
it is.
Having the Canada Summer Games was perfect timing for the construction of those new facilities and venues, and they are superlative. Top of two, no score. Sierra Roy, the catcher, into the box with a count of 2-1. That ball's ripped up the middle and out to center for a base hit. So Sierra Roy got a pitch she could handle, and she drilled it to center and gets Ontario off and running here in the top of the second inning. Here is the second baseman batting fifth, number 33, Georgia Sandilands. Ontario thinking hit and run, and they were. She was off and running with Sierra Roy. That ball was fouled off down the third base line.
You hear the cheers from the Quebec bench. They're so enthusiastic for themselves and their teammates.
Love it. The spirit extremely high. Good vibes only. And we're rocking on the rock, and there's the ball coming back. Heads up, looky out, and that's just down below our broadcast location here in the Caribou Complex Sports Hut. I guess we could call it that.
I like it.
In the perfect world, it would be like St. Pat's, except the windows would be pushed out. That's if you were getting an opportunity to, you know, to set it up and have it your way. But that's the beauty of it too, hey? The challenge of trying to produce a decent call, even if you can't see everything perfectly. I mean, nothing's going to be 100% ever, and I'm talking about positioning. But spectacular work is the norm for our Charlottetown-based media. Universal. Yep, they are certainly having fun.
Ontario bench, I think. We gotta work. You gotta work.
So Georgia Sandilands hanging tough, fouling one back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Sierra Roy down at first for Team Ontario, batting here in the top of the 2nd inning. In the heat and humidity of Bonnie St. John's. Mike French, the umpire, you can hear him. Here's the pitch, and that is punched toward second, and it went off the Quebec player's glove, and they had a shot at second. But the Ontario runner got in there just ahead of the throw. That was a tough play for the shortstop from Quebec to try to make. That was, pardon me, that's not true. Shortstop for Quebec is, Lily Kerlin. She had to go to her backhand, Bill, and of course when
Tough
she
play.
was, yeah, it was. So Avery Sherman steps in. Number 9, the first baseman for Ontario runners at first and second. A pitch up and away for ball 1.
I want to go sit down on those benches and get caught up in all that excitement.
Don't leave me now. Or as Thelma Houston sang in '77, don't leave me this way.
Oh, boy.
Sorry. Here we go. No, I'm going to knock it off.
You start advertising K-Tel records. That's it.
I owned a slew of them as a kid.
I know you did.
Back as far as '68 with Lemon Pipers and Green Tambourine. Don't you guys play that on Coast?
Good gosh.
Well, you should. Sorry, Aiden, if you're tuned in. But as a former music director, love the oldies. Everybody loves the oldies, man. Boom. Look out. There's a ball. That's as close as we've come. Yesterday we had a few adventures.
Yes, we have.
Down at St. Pat's
Yes, we
Ballpark
have.
for preliminary baseball action. So 2-2 count here in a scoreless ball game. Top of the 2nd, and Ontario at the plate with runners at first and second trying to break through here in the top of the 2nd. Swing and a miss. A real good pitch there by Alexandrine Courchaine. She went to the rise ball and she got the strikeout.
Now batting right fielder, number 11, Danielle Fenlong.
So number 11, Danielle Fenlong, the right fielder, steps in to the plate, and here's the pitch, and it's high. Ball 1.
Numéro 11, champ droite, Danielle Fenlong.
So, Bill, that shouldn't come as a surprise. We just heard a little chirp. Come on, Fenny. You know how everyone has a shortened nickname in sports, and it always ends in E or something like that. Billy, or I would call you Lanky.
That's it.
Right?
That's it.
Being 6'6".
That works.
Raji. Johnny. Lynn. You know, people put the IE or the Y on the end of it. Another ball fouled out of play, and whoops. Pooch almost corralled that. It was Chris Ryan, general manager of the Rooftech St. John Senior Capitals Hockey Club. And here's the pitch, and that's drilled up the middle. Oh, and through the Quebec shortstop or second baseman's leg. 1 run scores. He'll throw down to second. They're in the relay throw. Nobody out, everybody's safe, and Ontario is off and running, leading 1-0 with runners at second and third, with just one out.
A hit is a hit.
Yes, indeed.
Danielle getting one right there.
A couple deflections along the way and found a hole. Two on, one away, a run in. And a pitch down and away. Robin Wood, the designated player. No chance here to add to Ontario's lead. Here on the top of 2. Pitch is down. Foul ball. Another foul, heads up. Boy, I tell you, you really got to be about your wits down here, especially youngsters or people aren't, if you're not looking. I mean, the balls are flying all over the place. That would be something if I was wearing an orange t-shirt, an orange door t-shirt, I would be letting those people know as the shortstop backpedals to haul that in. That's a big out for Team Quebec. So Lily Curlin pulling that one in for Le Belle Provence, and that second out of this top of the second inning. Ontario up 1-0, threatening with runners at second and third. And there's the strike from umpire Mike French. One and one. The offering from Alexandrine Corchain. Called strike. Nipping the outside corner. And Corchain would be happy with that for sure. So we're going to hear a interview on the French side, it appears, here momentarily. We'll try to do our very best that we can. In fact, one of the young athletes from Quebec is going to have a seat next to Lynn. Jean is going to take a break, probably go get a burrito or something, and no crackers, Jean. No crackers.
Well, they do have a Mexican food truck down here.
That's what I was referring to, because I noticed you were in your hunger mood. You had put away something pretty quickly to get your strength up for the broadcast.
Yes.
I went to the cheese string and the yogurt.
Oh, classy
Oh,
joint.
and you know what kind it was, too.
Yeah.
Lemon meringue. There's a ball crank foul. That's back here. Bounce off a storage shed to our direct left. So Ontario still with the two runners on, second and third. Two down here, top of the second, and Ontario is out to a 1-0 lead. There's a line drive base hit, clutch hitting, going the opposite way. And they almost had a out at third base,
yes,
too, as the Ontario runner thought a little bit about turning the corner and then scurried back and just got in onto the tag.
Just managed to reach out.
Yep, so Team Ontario plates another to take a 2-0 lead. Here are the top of two, and there's still two out with runners at first and third, and that was a terrific at bat. Stepping in now For Team Ontario is the center fielder, number 19, Caitlin Parise. So Ella Zucchero, the shortstop, came through with a big hit. And there's another ball cranked out into the gap in left field. It's bounding around. Couple runs will score, and it's 4-0 Ontario.
I'm telling you,
more timely hitting, man. Parisi comes up with a big hit.
The energy here is amazing.
Yeah, it sure is.
It is great. I don't want to work. I just want to bang on a drum all day.
Todd Rundgren?
Look at you. I'm not even going to try to challenge you in music trivia.
I'm not really sure. Time for you to do some play-by-play, Lynn. Give her, my dear. Here comes the throw to the plate, and that will not be in time, and Ontario plates another one as Piper Morley delivers for Ontario, and they're up 5-0. And we're going to get a mound visit here as the Quebec manager will come out to have a chat with Alexandrine Corchen, who's been tapped around here a little bit in the top of the second, as Ontario have scored 5 times. And they still have runners aboard.
Is that Caitlin Colley up that now?
It would be. Caitlin Colley, the third baseman, number 12 for Ontario. Actually, the base is just a runner at second now. Pardon me, there was only one aboard after the double. And a ball that was spanked out into left field by Piper Morley.
Caitlin's currently majoring in exercise science. She's a 3.85 GPA. What was yours?
I'd rather not go there. Halifax West was a high school to be a hippie, to date, to dance, and to play sports, and that was it. Not attend class, sorry. So, and all we did was play hockey.
Yeah.
So a big second inning for Ontario, plating 5 here, and taking a 5-0 lead to the bottom of the second here. Women's softball preliminary action, day 2 from the Caribou Complex here in Pleasantville. Whoopsie days, that breeze is beautiful though, is it?
Oh, I have no complaints.
I really enjoy that.
No complaints at all.
Oh man. I don't think the humidity is as bad as it was yesterday. I could be mistaken. It doesn't feel that way anyways, but it was really sticky, no doubt, and hazy and hot. But Bill, I'll tell you, the temperature is expected to be around 30 degrees and maybe more with the index, the heat index.
Yeah.
Making it feel closer to 34 or 35.
Well, that's exactly why a lot of people here are bringing the sun hats, the umbrellas. A lot of those. Sunscreen wouldn't hurt either. Quebec is 2-0 in this preliminary round so far. Ontario 1-0. Both undefeated. Something will change today.
Bottom of 2, Ontario with a 5-0 lead. There's a pitch That's a little outside. Limashevsky gets her sign, winds and fires, and it's up high. That's a walk. So a leadoff base runner for Quebec in the bottom of 2. As Marie Soleil Rondeau through the walk, and here's Brianna Doucette, the designated player, number 50. 50. Swung on and missed, strike 1.
Oh, yeah, that's a pitch you just go for.
Heat, crank the bat, and hope you can put it in play. You got to believe Quebec's got to get on the board in this inning here. Ontario is swinging some pretty heavy-duty bats.
Yeah.
In that second inning, they were finding the gaps. Brianna Doucette taking that pitch outside. Facing a 1-2 offering here. Limashevsky, and he's got her. Struck her out. And that's the first out of the bottom of the second. Back down a bundle here. Runner at first and 1 away. And here is the second baseman, number 10, numero 10, Emma Peltier. Heads up.
If you do plan on coming down, I think based on what you've heard so far, eyes in the back of your
Yeah,
head.
you've got to.
Head on a swivel.
And if you're coming down with youngsters, or you've got a stroller for, and then you really have to be careful. Seriously, there's a shot hit toward second, and they will not get the force out, and so Quebec's got runners at first and second now with 1 away. But yeah, just back to that point briefly, it's just, you know what I mean, they're flying out of here left, right, and center. Right. And the thing is, there's 2 games going on at the same time, so they're coming from both directions. But I'm not a gambler or bettor, and I'm not going to say what the percentage is that you would potentially get struck. But there's a good chance that you could if you don't keep your wits about yourself.
I'm taking no chances. I'm wearing a batting helmet.
Well, I got a Yankee one home, but I know you're a Jays fan. So.
Never. I'll take a ball to the head before I do that.
It's plastic, man. It's just one of those old souvenir jobs. Although I did have one of those back in the day where you had the dual ales on the top, you know. Did you ever see those?
Surprise me, bro.
No, but that was a long time ago. But that was cool. It was the fad at the time, right? Kind of went around. You looked like a jackass. But still, you know what? You had a couple Frosty Bevs, you were okay, right?
There you go.
You didn't create problems with it. If you get my gist, you just kind of...
Yeah, you're in your happy place.
Yeah, sip, sip, sip. Little sippies. Here's the pitch, and it's up high. Count now 2-2. Fouled away by Lily Curlin. Shortstop for Team Quebec. Trailing 5-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Runners first and second. And 1 away. That's high. Limashevsky, swing and a miss. Vicky Limashevsky coming with the heat. Gets her second strikeout. Back to the top of the order for Team Quebec. Raphael Bouchard, left field. Held up on that one. Pitch was a bit high. They go to the appeal at third, and she did not go around. Quebec trying to get on the board here, trailing by 5 in the bottom of 2. There's a called strike. Umpire Mike French. And drawing a walk to load the bases. Quebec one big swing away from getting right back into this ball game here this afternoon as Justine Marine comes to the plate. The catcher, number 24. Hit the ball harder first time up. And here's the pitch. It's in there for a call strike one.
I'll tell you, Victoria's pitching a great game here.
She really is.
She was actually named the top pitcher of the Canadian Nationals in 2024 with the Oakville Angels.
Well, there you go, and you can see why. And she almost had that, and no, they're not going to get any. The run's going to score. Quebec is on the board. It's 5-1, and Jean Allard comes alive with the first run for Les Belles Provences. And Vicky almost had that ball. It was hit hard back up through the middle. She got a piece of it, and it almost got a force out at second base, but the Quebec runner was in ahead of the tag. And the run scores. The bases remain loaded. And here is Elodie Fournier, the center fielder for Quebec. And again, Bill, one big swing away from making this an
interesting game.
Different, or as Dewey would say, a whole new can of corn. And that's in reference to Dewey Fitzgerald. Gary Corbett would get such a kick out of that former president of Newfoundland Softball Newfoundland Labrador, because Dewey was such a master. Like it was a high fly sky ball, a can of corn camped under it. Camped under a can of corn, right?
What?
That's what Dewey would say on the air on the broadcast. He's camped under it.
Like a can of corn?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Unreal. Don't ask me why or what. There's a ball punched in middle. We had runner interference here. The shortstop and the runner coming from second has been called out.
All right.
And that's going to end the Quebec inning, and that's very unfortunate. Interference call resulting in the out, and that's all she wrote. But Quebec did get one. And they had an opportunity for more. And you hate to see it, but it happens, and we'll get a good look here.
Not quite.
No, not quite. We're going to see the runner coming in to score. And there clearly is the run, but the unfortunate situation there.
Yeah. That run there that you just saw did not count.
Well,
That's the forced.
Well, they did score. They did score a run. They had
did.
another opportunity to tack on, and they weren't able to do so. So it's 5-1 as we head to the top of the third inning. You're going to see stuff like that, unfortunately, but it's all part of the game.
Fans in those stands
And
appreciate
it's
that
inadvertent.
breeze.
It's not like it was. I mean, the players know you're in the heat of the battle and the crack of the bat, and you're off and running, and sometimes you collide. Luckily, no one was injured. And here we go. Ready for the top of 3. Preliminary women's softball from the Caribou Complex in Pleasantville. Hope you're enjoying the action if you're streaming on CBC Gem or NTV Plus.
Sierra also plays a little shortstop.
Sierra Roy, the catcher, number 27, multitasker on the softball diamond. I enjoy that, Bill. Nice to have a little tidbit on them as they come up to the plate and their hometowns and a little bit of info on their education and their careers and their awards. It's all cool. And it's readily accessible to you.
There are some very smart young women on these teams, majoring in so many things, everything from business to sports medicine to biochemistry.
Well, enlighten us. That would be awesome.
It's very good for them.
Yep. So Sierra Roy awaits the offering. And here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. And another cut by Sierra Roy. She comes up empty.
She's a player, though. She even played for the, get this now, New York Inferno.
Nice.
Fast pitch team.
Wow. Well, there are a lot of Canadian athletes, both male and female in particular. We know this because of all the Newfoundlanders that have played down in the softball, you know, Congress tournaments and that. And for the most part, Newfoundland and Labrador players have been instrumental in championships for many of the teams. A lot of them out of Wisconsin. A lot of them out of New York State and big teams in Ontario, and a lot of those rosters are filled with at least 3 or 4 Newfoundland and Labrador natives. I know Steve Mullally, Colin Abbott back in the day, those guys made a living out of it.
Well, the recent World Games, men's softball.
Yep.
I think there was 5 players on the team from Newfoundland and Labrador, including coaches.
Ball cranked down the left field line, just curling foul. Sorry, back to your point.
The majority of the team was from Newfoundland.
Oh,
Labrador
yes.
competing in China, representing Team Canada. Sean Cleary, of course, one of those names. A host of others. They're always consistent.
Colin Power from Petty Harbor at one point was voted to be one of the top pitchers in the entire world. And from Petty Harbor, just on the outskirts of St. John's, go out through the Goulds down to Petty Harbor, where the movie Orca was filmed way back in the day with Richard Harris. Google it if you don't know, but Orca.
I saw that in a drive-in.
Yes, sir. Here's a strike on the outside corner. It's Ontario with a 5-1 lead here, top of 3. 1 away. And the pitch to Georgia Sanderlands is outside. Runs the count to 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Big out. First baseman Avery Sherman stepping in for Team Ontario. Pitcher's a little outside for ball 1. 2 down, top of 3, Ontario by 4, 5-1. It's in there. But, you know, Bill, I think back of some of the memories down here, in particular, the Canadian National Championships in 1988 down here was so electric with the Toronto Gators.
Oh, yeah.
And the Greensleeves team from St. John's waging a war in the gold medal game. Greensleeves came up short, but what a party we had after that.
I
win
bet,
the silver,
I bet.
and I still got my old sweatshirts and hats and silver medalist little tidbits that we were able to pick up along the way, right? It was unbelievable down here. trying to remember the big chucker for the Toronto Gators, Zach, and it's just his name's escaping me now, but he was probably at the time the best pitcher in the world. There's a strikeout here for Ontario, so they'll go scoreless but maintain a 5-1 advantage after 2.5 here at Pepperell Field. It's day 2 of ladies softball's preliminary action, part of the 2025 Canada Summer Games. Take a little breather here. Get ready for the bottom of the third, and Quebec trying to rally here, bringing their 2-0 record in the preliminary round into action here against 1-0 Ontario, who are in the driver's seat as we speak. But Bill, just I had to reach out to Gary Corbin because he remembers it all so well. It was Darren Zach was at the time the best hurler on the globe. He really was for the Toronto Gators. They were almost unbeatable. But Greensleeves got a few hits off him, and you should hear the crowd when, because Zach did was strike out batters, really. I mean, you couldn't get around on the guy at all. He was massive on the hill, and you throw all that weight coming at you with the crow hop off the rubber.
Right.
And, oh, look out. That pitch was really high and tight. That one may have got away from Vicky. Quebec desperately needing a leadoff runner on here, and there's a rocket, and that's exactly what happens. So there's a base hit as Emma Rose Payette delivers the first baseman for Quebec. That'll bring up Alexia Chevrier, the right fielder, number 6.
I'll tell you, that fan's pretty good on that drum.
Foul back, heads up. Here's what we're talking about. And look, there's a youngster right there. It's almost like you feel like you'd like to just leap out of here and shield them, you know? Like when you see a kid unsuspecting of a ball coming up.
I don't know. I'd
coming
rather,
off the bat that quick, too.
If I were a kid, I'd rather have the ball coming at me than you. Hey, kid!
I wasn't that greasy.
No, I'd just be
I'm
scared.
only 5'7.5", for goodness. I wouldn't scare anybody.
Sir, I didn't do anything. I swear, mister.
No, but you know what I mean, or just to be able to get there in time, just to try to swat it out of harm's way. Yep. That's what I was trying to imply. So the 5-1 Ontario lead intact here in the bottom of the third. Quebec with a runner on first. And nobody out. Swung on and missed. And another strikeout for the Ontario hurler, Vicky Klimashevsky. Marie Soleil Rondeau.
That was really good.
I just want to buy Montfrere next door to here.
You've done very well with your French accent over the past couple.
And I appreciate what he's talking about, too. Because it's up to us to get it right. That's not going to happen all the time, guaranteed. Nor would even think about trying to throw that one over everybody's head. Not at all. Here's the pitch. Right down there. That's called third strike. And Quebec bats being silenced here by Vicky Klimashevsky. So Brianna Doucette will step in, the designated player with 2 down and a runner on first, trailing by 4 here in the bottom of 3. Swung on and missed again. They're not able to catch up to the heat. Klimashevsky's dealing. Bill, anybody else with a couple victories in the ladies softball preliminary is young Doucette goes down swinging, and the Ontario pitcher, Vicky Klimashevsky, strikes out the side.
Well, to answer your question, coming up, we have more games. Of course, from Pool B so far, only Quebec is 2-0.
Yeah, okay. But the action started yesterday. They had a full slate down here.
Ontario's 1-0. So
yes.
they're the only undefeated teams in this pool are Quebec and Ontario.
And who else is in our pool here?
Manitoba is 3-1. Newfoundland and Labrador is 2-1. Brunswick is always 2-0, and Yukon is 0-2.
Okay, so games played 2, wins 2-0 Quebec. Manitoba looks like they're 1-2.
Yeah, by virtue of that one victory.
Yeah, New Brunswick's 1-1. Newfoundland, or Ontario 1-0, as you mentioned. Newfoundland, Labrador 1-1, and Yukon Territories 0-2. So that's tight.
It's going to be. The games that happen today are going to have a big say on how these standings are going to turn out.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll just have our day here for women's softball. And I think we'll be back maybe a little late, but you and I have got some other. We're back to baseball tomorrow, back to St. Pat's for a full day.
Right on.
Starting early in the morning. And then after that, bro, we're off to Munn. But we'll talk.
That's right.
We're going to have to. And in a hurry. Well, it'll all work out. So here we are, top of 4, Ontario 5, Quebec 1. Pitch in a little tight. This is Daniel Fenlong, the right fielder, number 11. Leading off here, at the top of the 4th. And that's down and away for ball 1. Or ball 3, pardon me, sorry. Track of the scoreboard momentarily. There's a pitch she's taking all the way, and it's 3-1.
Now, we were just talking about standings a few moments ago. Those who are wondering how the playoffs work, looks like there'll be a qualification round between the 4th and 5th place teams in each pool.
Yes, oh, a nice effort by the shortstop, but she couldn't come down with that. Ball was hit solidly by Daniel Fenlong. She picked up a base hit. And get Ontario started here in the top of the 4th. Robin Wood stepping in. She's the designated player, number 21. Looking for a sac bunt to move the runner up somewhat. And Robin threw the bat up there and pulled it back quick enough. Ball 1. Not offering on the delivery from the Quebec pitcher, Alexandrine Porchain. Showed bunt again and took it down and in for ball 2. That's in there for a called strike. One on, nobody out. Top of 4, Ontario leading Quebec 5-1. Shows bunt, drops it down. It's going foul. Nice try. That's a tough task, deadening that quick pitch like that, trying to sacrifice to get the runner into scoring position.
She had the right idea.
Yep.
She wanted the ball to be dead in front of her.
She did. That's exactly what she tried to do, and she did a heck of a job, and she just was unrewarded.
Spin brought it outside.
Yep. She'll foul this pitch back as she got a late cut on it. She's trying to make contact. Evens the count at 2-2. And whoops. We get a ball just flew here somewhere.
I think that's from the game next door.
Where that must have come from Legion Field, and that didn't. The unsuspecting fans, man, you get cocoa bonked if you're not keeping your head up. And there's a strike as she comes back with a rise ball and sets the Ontario batter, Robin Wood, down for the first out here in the top of 4. And Ella Zucchero steps in, the shortstop, number 28. And there's another ball that just flew down here.
People are starting to take attention now. They're,
hey, let's go. You got to keep their heads up. Somebody's going to get clocked. That's 2.
That's it. They say lightning never strikes twice in the same spot. Those rules don't apply to softballs.
Man, oh man. Alexandrine Corchen trying to bear down here with one away. Runner at first, down by 4, not wanting to yield any more offense to Team Ontario. And here's the pitch, and it's bounced toward second, and it's going to sneak through. And now Ontario is going to go to third, and they're going to get in there. Heads up, base running.
Smart.
As Danielle Fenlong turned the corner, she did not hesitate. He was off and running on the crack of the bat and had found a hole up the middle between the second baseman and shortstop and sauntered out into right center, and she didn't even look down. She just tucked her, she had her head tucked down and she turned.
Well, she read that play perfectly.
Yeah,
she read it perfectly. She knew where the ball was going, and she figured out she had enough time to do what she did. She was correct.
Is she one of the really, really smart ones on this team?
They're all pretty smart.
I know they're all smart, but
I love
when I said really, really, because she just kind of emphasized the fact that she's got a lot going on.
Got some softball IQ happening.
On and off the diamond, obviously. I mean, that was great base running, to say the least. And that will spell the day for Alexandrine Corchen, who did an admirable job here this afternoon. I mean, it's they're playing against a pretty solid team. Yeah, we're getting a new chucker, right?
There's probably a new pitcher in.
Yeah. That's what I meant, a hurler, chucker.
That doesn't translate well.
No, I know. I got to be careful. So, yeah, Cassandra Toledano, yes. Number 17, Cassandra. Spells hers with a K. And Toledano, Toledano. Kind of got an Italian, maybe Toledano?
Sure sounds like it.
Yep. And a pitch, and she whipped that in there in her warm-ups for sure.
If you're just tuning in, scores from earlier today. Alberta beating PEI 16-2. In the field next door to us, a very tight game and a dandy one. New Brunswick over Manitoba 2-0.
Now pitching for Quebec, Cassandra Toledano.
So the warm-up's almost complete. Meanwhile, over at the Legion Field, Saskatchewan has opened up an 8-3 lead on Nova Scotia.
Wow. That was tied earlier, 3-3.
It was 3-3, and Saskatchewan's poured 5 more on the board and held the Blue Nosers off the score sheet. That was back in the 3rd or 4th when we had the last report. So, Toledano takes over for Quebec, and the wind and set throws the first pitch in high and tight for ball 1. Ontario threatening to put more on the board here. Pitch called strike. Others at second and third, just one away, and a 5-1 lead for Ontario. And the pitch is down low.
Caitlin Parisi, we've been talking about just how intelligent and smart these players are. Caitlin, 3.9 GPA, honor roll student. How about that? Interests are in science and looking for a career in possible teaching.
Nice. 2-2 on Caitlin Parisi. Looking to deliver a timely run-scoring hit for Ontario, and she'll hit a line drive. The third baseman gobbling that up right away. Good play. Runners retreat quickly, and we're at 2 outs.
Now batting the left fielder, number 8, Piper Boyd.
Au bâton, Shadow, numéro 8, Piper Morley.
In there for a strike. Piper Morley, the left fielder, had a couple hits in this ball game so far. Part of the Ontario lead here in the top of 4, and there's a chopper that's going to go foul. Got a piece of that. Oh, waiting an 0-2 delivery. High and outside. Here's the pitch. And that is popped up in the infield. Runners advancing, and the catch is made by the shortstop. She'll gather it in. That's Ella Zucchero, and that'll do it for Ontario in the top of 4. They got themselves runners in scoring position, but the Quebec reliever coming in shut the door down and did a great job there.
Yes, they
for
did.
Team Quebec. So we'll go to the bottom of 4, and La Belle Provence need to get on the bats. I mean the bats, not, you know what I mean.
La Baton?
No. So we've got British Columbia and Saskatchewan coming up. That'll be our next broadcast on Universum Media, Inc.
I'll tell you this, I'm looking forward to seeing Saskatchewan based on the noise that we've been hearing from next door there.
Yeah, their fans making a lot of noise. Where's the schedule, Bill, for this competition here?
What are you looking for?
I'm just looking to see Saskatchewan playing
BC?
BC. Yeah, we got that game. That's our game at 4.
Mhm.
And there's Saskatchewan playing back-to-back.
They are. Yes, they
Doubleheader.
are.
You don't see that very often.
No, you do not.
So when I look down, I'm thinking they're still over there. They got a 5-run lead over Nova Scotia. And as soon as this game's over, they're right back on the diamond again.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you carry that momentum into your next game against, I'm sure, a heated rival. Wouldn't be the first time these teams played each other.
Well, Ontario's going to be back in action at 5:30 today.
Yeah, so busy day.
That's right.
The preliminaries.
Gotta get these games in.
Yep. And of course, day 3 will be tomorrow, and then you'll start seeing qualification games probably around. I'm going to say around what today's Monday, another Wednesday, I think. Wednesday, Thursday, you're going to see the preliminary action.
You're exactly right.
And there will be, I would say, the championship game.
That's right.
Coming up.
Well, every team's got to play everybody in their pool before they can start those qualification rounds.
That's just it. So Quebec trying to get themselves back into this game, and there's a pitch that is high and up. Emma Peltier, the second baseman, facing a 2-0 offering. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. And the throw down will get her. Lily Curlin, shortstop. And a ball.
That traveled.
Yes, indeed. It's in there. Ooh, that pitch.
Well, we heard that.
Wow, did we ever? Rounded foul. So the Quebec shortstop having a pretty good at bat here, and she hit a board. 2-2 offering, and she bangs it out to the second baseman, and throw to first in plenty of time to get the out. And there's 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning for Quebec, trailing Ontario 5-1.
Well, the fan experience has really changed a lot since we were kids there, Brian. I mean, back then we hoot and holler and clap our hands. Now you've got these plastic hand clappers, you've got thunder sticks, and it seems like I'm hearing at least 3 bass drums from
drums
various locations.
Man, for sure.
Fans here want to be heard.
Back in the ice cap days too.
Yeah.
We used to have Captain Cowbell.
Oh,
remember?
yes.
He used to be around.
That's right.
At the time, mile 1 at center, now the Mary Browns. Center is the ball spanked out to center field. It's bouncing off of the fence.
Oh.
She's going to try for 3. Here comes the throw, and she's in there standing up.
And boy, is she happy. Look at her.
Yes, indeed.
Bless her heart.
Yep. Trying to get her teammates jacked up here with 2 outs, and they love a timely hit right here. So Raphael Bouchard with a blast to the wall in center, resulting in a triple, and she was flying. And here is Justine Matty stepping into the box, trying to deliver a big hit here for Quebec, trailing by 4. And the pitch is right down the middle of the plate, strike 1. Smoked and hit a long way back and off the fence. That's a run-scoring triple, back-to-back triples for Quebec, and they're in business. 5-2 the score. The runner on third as Justine Maline came up with a huge hit.
Well,
He pounded that ball into the gap in right center.
Quebec fans are now awake again.
Now they're high-fiving. You gotta like it. Well, it certainly makes this game much more interesting now that Quebec have found their bats here in the bottom of the fourth. They're looking for more. And there's another ball that just came flying from the other field. That's 3. I'm not sure what the answer is unless you could hire about 20 guys with ball gloves, right? And just whoops, here it comes. Elodie Fournier, center fielder number 48. Quebec hoping her bat can deliver. And the wind and the pitch outside. Vicky Klimashevsky trying to put the rally and snuff it out, and she'll get a pop fly gobbled up by the second baseman who will make the play. But Quebec and another, and they've cut the deficit to just 3, trailing 5-2 as we head to the top of the 5th inning here at the booth.
Autre commanditaire pour les Jeux du Canada 2025. The Cahill Group, Valentine Goldmine, Country Ribbon, Dixon Company, Gems Pro, Metrobus, McInnes Cooper, PAL Airlines, Quinlan Brothers, Marco Construction, Rio Tinto, IOC, Newfoundland and Labrador, Liquor Corporation, Sage, Vimeo, Vision 33, Memorial University, Town of Paradise, Town of Conception Bay South, Town of Logie Bay, Middle Cove, Outer Cove, City of Mount Pearl.
Right, top of the 5th inning. Brian and Bill will keep you company here. Ontario up 5-2 on a very sunny and rather breezy kind of afternoon.
Here we are, top of 5, Ontario 5, Quebec 2. The ball fouled back.
Everybody say hi, ball.
That is really good. Creative. I love it. And a pitch outside 2-0, or 2-2, pardon me. I gotta squint and squint and squint to see those, the score. The count, 2-2. Nobody out, nobody on. Top of 5, and 5-2 Ontario lead. Whoopsie doozy. That was all the way back to the screen.
Right.
So Cassandra Toledano goes for a little walk to the back of the mound. She'll toe the rubber and get set for her next delivery. A full count pitch coming up. And here it is. And it's ball 4. So a walk for Caitlin Colley, and it'll bring up Sierra Roy, number 27, the catcher. They're going to play small ball here, Bill. They've done it before. She looks down to third to get her signal from her third base coach or manager.
Well, at this point in the game, this late in the game, the lead they have, insurance runs will be so valuable right now because as we've seen, these teams are very explosive.
Throw that thought out the door. She took a cut there trying to pump it off the Country Ribbon Chicken Factory out there. Bill, back in the old days, when the old Country Ribbon was over toward the blue building, as we see out there beyond center field's fence. I've seen balls hit off the top of the roofs out there before in games down here. That's how big a home runs we had seen over the years. Mr. Feener coming through in the clutch with a fan. And they ordered them 3 days ago and they showed up, so due diligent. There we go. Well, you can probably let the Quebec crowd have a little bit there if you like. That's all good. Thank you very much, David. Sean.
Back to those home runs you said you
witnessed.
How many did you hit?
Oh, none. No. No. Not here.
No.
Lions Park, yes. But not here. Back in the old Media League days when it was the Media.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was back in the day. We had like a 10-team league. But it was called the Media League after that. But there were no media teams, right? But they called it the Media League. I'm not sure why. But they did. Oh, that was a good cut. Fouled back off the screen. Sierra Roy having a good cut. So, runner at first. Nobody away here in the top of the 5th, and Ontario with a 5-2 lead. Toledano gets her sign. Wind up the pitch, swung on and missed. Sierra Roy chasing a pitch on the outside corner of the plate, and she didn't get it. That'll send up Georgia Sandilands, the second baseman, number 33. Similar for strike one. So the fans are trickling away from Legion Field. The Nova Scotia fans don't look too happy, Bill, so I would maintain the thought that Saskatchewan held on to an 8-3 advantage, and we'll get a final here momentarily, I'm sure. You'll be able to probably check that out for us if need be. Meanwhile, right here, right now at Pepperell Field, we're in the top of the 5th in Ontario with a 3-run cushion. Pitch up, throw down to second. That sails out to center, but the center fielder alertly backing up the play and got the ball in quickly. So a stolen base for Caitlin Colley in scoring position here for Georgia Sandilands. Avery Sherman on deck. Runner at second with just one away. Strike 3 call on Sandilands. That's a big pitch right there.
That it was.
For Cassandra Toledano. Sherman, the first baseman. Takes it inside for ball one. Little down. Team Quebec may have thought, the cheerleaders thought that maybe what was a good looking pitch. The ump
they weren't impressed.
Mike French didn't think so, I don't think. Chop fouled on the first base side. Caitlin Colley down at second for Team Ontario, 2 away. Top 5, Ontario leading 5-2. There's a ball fouled back off the screen.
So Avery, get this now. Female Athlete Award, French Award, honor roll every year in elementary school and high school.
That's fantastic.
Math Award, University of Guelph Science Olympics participant.
Brilliant.
Man,
Brilliant.
how many years were you on the honor roll?
Never. Whoops, he heads up here, folks. There's the ball, and unsuspecting fan will retrieve. Little guy's going after to get it, and he's hustling hard, and I hope he gets the keep. Maybe, maybe not. Volunteers are in tow. And the pitch way up, and that runner, Colley, is going to advance to third. She thought about trying to sneak down the line from third, but thought better and backpedaled. Nope, I guess you don't get to keep the balls. They've got to be returned. Saw a number of fans at St. Pat's yesterday got to hang on to a few souvenirs.
Yes, they did.
And the pitch. Here's ball 4. So Avery Sherman draws the walk, and Daniel Fenlong, the right fielder, will step in for Ontario, number 11. Crippled her last at bat. Cranked it. Oh, baby, was that close. That ball was scorched down the first base line, and just at the last second, skirted foul. Came awful close to going off the bag.
Yeah.
Whereas in softball, you have the safety first base bag there. You've got to touch orange.
That's right.
If you don't, you're out. Pitch is up. So Cassandra Toledano trying to set Ontario down here without adding to their total. They're up 5-2. Runners at first and third. 2 outs. And an 0-1 offering on the way. And it's a call strike. That's up. And a ball cranked foul. Heads up, folks. Whoopsie. Another late swing and getting a piece of it. Fouling it off. Daniel Fenlong waiting for the next delivery from Cassandra Toledano, and it's on the way. Down in the dirt, runner will advance to second. Good block, though, by the Quebec catcher. No advancement from third, but another Ontario runner in scoring position. And here's a juncture in the ball game for Quebec that they do not want to yield a two-run base hit here, whether it be a single, double, triple, or a home run. That would make it a three-run shot. However, they don't want that. Give that up here. They've cut the deficit to 3. They were down 5. And strike 3 call and a big pitch by Cassandra Toledano, and she answered, I'm sure, the thoughts and prayers of the Quebec Ball Club. And she set down Ontario and left 2 stranded here, and will go to the bottom of the 5th. Talking to some of the organizers and volunteers here at the Caribou Complex, and I was asking about the scheduling, and I guess it's not extraordinary, but it's not out of the ordinary that a team will play back-to-back as long as they have at least an hour break, and that looks like that's going to be the case for Team Saskatchewan as they get ready to play BC here next in our next call on Universal Media Inc.
Well, as a player yourself,
So-
what would you rather have? I'd rather play
Well,
2 games
you
back
know,
to back.
I used to love doubleheaders. Love
Right? Yeah.
it. So, yeah, you get that hour break. I mean, you're coming off momentum. You just picked up a big win. And you're going to play probably, I guess that might be safe to say that they're probably an arch rival out west. So that's the matchup. Saskatchewan, BC, 4 o'clock. And our last call of the day will be tonight at 6:30, Newfoundland and Labrador in this Quebec club, 2-0 coming into this contest against 1-0 Ontario. Well, Bill, you're always looking for a little bit of positive news, and that story from months ago just blew me away, how somebody out in the Harbor Grace Carbonear area would steal Amelia Earhart's statue.
Right.
Well, guess what, Bill?
Apparently.
It's been recovered.
Officially recovered?
Officially
There you
recovered,
go.
according to 590 VOCM, my old alma
Intact
mater.
as well.
Yep. It was stolen from Harbor Grace back in April. It's been located, and the statue will be back in Harbor Grace, according to Mayor Don Coombs, and they have somebody in custody. You know where it was found? In a wooded area near Heart's Content.
Wow.
And a wooded area is not a good place to be anywhere here.
No.
Conception Bay North, there's a fire now from what we gather that is affecting Paddy's Pond on the
That's right.
Trans-Canada Highway, and with the southeast wind at 50 kilometers an hour, that's not good fire prevention management territory there at all. I know that Premier John Hogan of Newfoundland and Labrador is adamant in his support of the firefighters, the volunteers, and all those brave men and women that are fighting these fires, and from out of province as well. They've
right.
come from near and far to help us out. Now, I know a couple of water bombers were supposed to come from Quebec that never arrived because of technical issues.
And Ontario has some
And
wildfires they have to fight
yeah,
them
so
themselves.
the help that was on the way, that didn't happen, unfortunately, but I guess there will be more. So, and everybody's affected. I mean, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, I haven't heard if there's been much going on in Prince Edward Island, and we hope there's not, but in the rest of the country, it's dry as a bone. And there's still idiots out there starting fires. Can you believe that?
I know, right?
6 in the metro area last night. Like, seriously.
I think we have a pinch runner on first for Quebec. They're trying to manufacture some runs and shrink this lead a little bit.
Well, we're in the bottom of the 5th and a 3-run disadvantage for Quebec. Sorry, but I just, stuff like that, information, and people are tuned in or whatever, you know, they want to be in the know, I would think. I know it's not sports, but it's life and extremely important. Gotta stick together and battle through this one. There is some rain activity, I think, a little later in the week, and we're going to need a day, use a day of soaking.
Oh, yeah.
Like rainstorms that we're used to seeing when it pours.
And
when it pours, it pours. Yeah, it would be. Clear some of the humidity out, too. Anyways, back to the action as we play meteorologist for a couple minutes. Here's the pitch, and it's up and away. Ontario with that 3-run advantage here. Let's go back trying to battle back here with a runner at first. Nobody out. And the pitch is up and away.
It's a new pitcher there for Ontario as well. 14.
So that is Chloe Huckward
From Kitchener-Waterloo.
Yep.
Spent some time living there for a while.
Back in the day when we used to have hockey trips as youngsters, we went to Kitchener-Waterloo, play the Kitchener-Waterloo Green Shirts, and then the Kitchener Green Shirts, Kitchener-Waterloo, came to Rockingham to take on the Eagles at the Centennial Arena. More irrelevant information. Pitch is up. That's a walk. So Quebec. Feeling good, maybe. Starting to feel the vibe. So Cassandra Toledano will hit. And Team Quebec with runners on first and second, and nobody out here. The bottom of the 5th inning, trailing by 3. Drops it down. Oh, wow, that was well read.
Yes, it was.
That was a heck of a play there by the Ontario first baseman, Avery Sherman. She knew what was shaking there right off the hop. As soon as that batter turned the bat in, she was bracing and breaking off of first base, and she was able to corral it and then whirled to look to fire with the second baseman covering, trying to get a double play and snuff out this potential rally. So there's one down. The runners remained at first and second. And a pitch up and away.
Now batting the designated player, number 50, Brianna Doucette.
Brianna Doucette takes a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. And that one is cranked foul. Heads up. There's so many unsuspecting people down there.
That's right.
That's I'd be making an announcement, I think, in between innings. That,
That's not a bad idea, you know.
Yeah, I think.
Just a reminder, watch for flying softballs.
Yeah, oh, you've got to. That ball was cranked into the seats down the right field line. As Brianna Doucette tries to deliver here for Team Quebec. And the wind, the pitch, swung on and missed. So Miss Doucette goes down. 2 away here. Runners remain at first and second. And stepping in is the second baseman, number 10, Emma Peltier. Swung on and missed, strike 1. pitches down. Big cut. Close, but no cigar. 2-2.
Oh, he's throwing some good pitches. Nice speed.
Chloe Hawkward, number 14, chucks that. That's going to get away, and the runners are going to move up. Second and third, 2 down, trailing by 3. Need a clutch base hit here.
That pass ball is entirely my fault, of course. After just saying that he's throwing some great pitches, that was all on me. So I apologize to the province of Ontario.
Oh, swung on in this.
There you go.
Boy, she brought the heat there.
He did.
And emphatically will head to the dugout as Quebec are snuffed out here. At the bottom of 5, they put a couple runners on, but couldn't play them. And they trail 5-2. And we'll head to the 6th.
It starts with a spark and becomes a guiding light. Teamwork, friendship, getting social. When the games are gone, the games go on. Orange Store. Fuel the spirit.
One of the things to me about the Canada Games is it's truly integrated. We have athletes with an intellectual disability, with a physical disability.
Puis juste être inclus. Je pense que souvent, on est mis un petit peu de côté quand on est un peu plus jeune, puis qu'on est différent, puis qu'on a un handicap. Puis là, être à ces Jeux-là, c'était comme toute une grosse équipe.
It's important to have representation and to acknowledge their different perspectives of life.
When the opportunity is there, show up. The older you is gonna say thank you.
If you believe in yourself, you can make it.
Back here at the Pepperell Field, Caribou Complex, Monday afternoon, day 2 competition. Women's softball preliminaries of the 2025 Canada Summer Games alongside Bill Hart of Coast 101.1. I'm Brian Rogers. Hope you're enjoying the action. If you're an Ontario fan, you probably are. You're here live or streaming on CBC Gem or potentially or possibly NTV Plus. Ontario with the 3-run cushion looking to add on here. The top of 6. And a ball foul back. Trying to keep the circulation going again, William. Standing and...
I hear you. Man, the odd jumping jack or two.
Well, the Gosman shuffle. Blue Jay starter Kevin Gosman. You've seen it.
I've seen it.
Actually, it doesn't feel that bad, but it's just, you got to keep moving, keep the circulation going. There's a pitch in there for a strike. Full count now on the Ontario batter. Strike 3 call. Toledano coming back with the heater. And sits down Ella Zucchero.
You thought the pitch was a
We'll
little
get
low?
back to the top of the order for Ontario with one out. The center fielder, number 19, Caitlin Parisi. Really, just looking around here, it's been more or less a real sunny day, but for the most part now it's very hazy. That has to be the smoke coming from that big forest fire near Paddy's Pond on the Trans-Canada Highway on the outskirts of St. John's. It feels like that anyways. Of course, we haven't been outside to really see it, but you're not smelling any real smoke. And that's one thing we haven't really smelled a lot. I mean, there is some of it obviously up there, and the closer you are to it, the more strength it's going to be, and horrible for your lungs, and etc. But we've been fortunate so far. But comebacker there, and Toledano stayed with it, got the out. That'll do it for Ontario here on the top of 6. They're retired, and Quebec comes to the plate, down by 3.
You read the bios of these young women who are playing this game of softball here at the Canada Games, and we've already alluded to how intelligent they are. They have college aspirations, degrees in psychology, sports medicine. They all want to teach. Caitlin Parisi, who we just saw at bat here for Ontario, also has a heart as big as her bat. Just reading that twice, she decided to donate her hair to the Angel Hair for Kids Foundation.
Oh, that's nice. Nice as well, right?
Man, a young woman like that with, knowing that everything is bigger than herself. And that's touching. That's really, really cool.
Well, in the crazy world we live in, that's so enlightening to hear great stories like that. I mean, there's a lot of bad stuff going on around the world, but when you hear stories like that, you say, hey, you know what? There is hope.
Yeah.
There is hope that tomorrow's adults, today's youth, will get us there. And hopefully things start to get a little more wound down.
Right.
Try to deal with the dummy down in the States and the other crook over in Russia. Sorry, I shouldn't be saying this on the air. But let's face it, they're two dangerous individuals who are putting the rest of the world in dire straits. And they want to have a little get-together up in Alaska.
Yeah. Well, let's settle that easily. Let's put Caitlin in charge.
There you go. Hey, Vladdy, Donnie, baby, take a seat. Anyways, enough of that. Bottom of 6, Ontario with a 5-2 lead, and there's a pitch in there for a call strike. Lee Curlin, shortstop for Quebec. Chased the pitch outside, and down she goes. Strike 3. Strike call. Shortstop backpedaling for Ontario. Camps under it, makes the catch. And there's one away here in the bottom of the 6th, and Ontario still holding on to a 5-2 lead. Justine Marine, the catcher. Jammed on that one. Here's throw cross just in time. Good stretch by the Ontario
Very nice.
first baseman. She did a wonderful job there to corral that. Pardon me. That's Avery Sherman. And that'll do it for Quebec in the bottom of 6. Nothing across, and they trail by 3 as we head to the 7th.
The score after 6 complete innings of play. Team Ontario 5, Team Quebec 2.
À la fin de la 6e manche, la marque est équipe Ontario 5, équipe Québec 2.
It's 7 innings? Fuck, I thought it was 6.
Jean, your mic is hot. So is mine. Top of 7 from Pepperell Field, day 2. Women's softball preliminaries. Part of the 2025 Canada Summer Games here in Pleasantville, eastern neighborhood. Down near Kitty Bitty, the east end of St. John's.
Battle of the only 2 undefeated teams in this pool. Quebec is 2-0, Ontario is 1-0.
Oh, still a tight game.
It is. We've seen runs scored in bunches,
Oh, yeah.
so 3 runs is not such a far-off shot.
That's right. There's a rocket hit onto the gap. That's going to be 2, and with their wheels, maybe 3. She's going to put on the brakes. Stand-up lead-off double for Ontario here in the top of 7 with a 5-2 lead.
I have no idea what they're saying, but I love it.
So Piper Morley with a lead-off double for Ontario here in the top of the 7th, and Caitlin Colley, the third baseman, steps in. And a pitch outside for ball 1. Fouled off. 1-1.
Caitlin has some softball dreams beyond this tournament. Her dream is to play for Canada's senior women's national team.
Heads up. Here comes the foul back, and a couple of the volunteers looked like it wanted to try to haul that one into the air, but to no avail. All hit pretty well. Out to straightaway center. That's gone.
Wow.
That's a 2-run homer, and Ontario has a 7-2 lead.
We just had a softball from the other field just drop in front of our window.
Yeah. That's nuts.
I was going to say, how far did that home run ball just travel?
Yeah. Oh. She got out of it.
She did.
So Caitlin Colley with a 2-run shot to left field for Ontario and a 7-2 lead. And here is Sierra Roy, the catcher for Ontario, with a 5-run bulge here. And a pitch outside for ball 1.
Caitlin Colley keep hitting bombs like that. She will definitely be
Well, I
playing
was
for
going to
Canada's
say
senior women's team.
she's got her foot in the door already.
She does.
Pitch is up. Well, Cassandra Toledano's done a nice job for Team Quebec until the ball got launched into the left field seats out there, the bleachers. Or over the fence. She had a couple clutch strikeouts and got a couple big outs to keep her team in it until it kind of become a little bit unraveled here on the top of the 7th.
Roy has a very unique batting stance, the way she holds her bat before she lines up for a hit.
And she'll swing and miss there. 1-2.
Oh, they have ever seen anybody hold the bat like that?
And she'll spank that down the first base line, but it'll go foul. It appears that she goes to it maybe once in a while, like it's not always her stance.
Like she's going to bunt or something.
Well, that's what, she's got that kind of stance there, but I don't know if she's doing it every time that she gets into
She goes right there.
the box. Well, she did now, and she's going to show that she's going to drop a bunt down, but now she's going to swing full out. And she had a good rip at it, too, but she fouled it back.
Well, ask any hitter, if they stand in a different way or whatever, it's what works for them.
Well, that's exactly it. I mean, and everyone's different pretty much. All the positioning of your feet, whatever she's comfortable with.
That's right.
And she does it again, but then she's got to coil the bat back in time to smoke through it. And she's going to take that one down and away. In there, strike 3 call. And Sierra Roy will take a seat, and here's Georgia Sandilands, the Ontario second baseman. One away here, top of 7. And Ontario, on the strength of a 2-run homer from Caitlin Colley, have extended their lead to 7-2 here in the top of the 7th inning. There's a ball fouled out, and that's going to bound down. Next to Fan, seated on the other side. A pitch. Now that one almost came back. Right at the top of the backstop, Bill. Heads up, here's another one. Now a few ladies down below are starting to show the duck, but that's way too late, gals. Way too late.
No, I agree with what you said earlier. PA announcer.
I'm going to go mention the Corbs there. I mean, I'm sure that Mike Bruce, Francine doing it en français here today. Well, I'm not sure they've been instructed, but they certainly should be. That's just our humble opinion. Don't want anybody to get hurt, whether you're a fan or a player. The ball cranked out to right, hit hard, but right at the right fielder for Quebec. And that will be the second out here in the top of the 7th inning. Easy pickings for Alexia Chevrier, out in right. Didn't have to move too far and landed right in her mitt. Saskatchewan, British Columbia next on Universal Media Inc. And there's a ball hit out into center, and that'll do it. So Ontario will settle for a 2-run homer off the bat of Caitlin Colley and extend their lead to 7-2 after 6.5. Bottom of the 7th, last crick for La Belle Province is next.
It starts with a spark and becomes a guiding light. Teamwork, friendship, getting social. When the games are gone, the games go on. Orange Store, fuel the spirit.
One of the things to me about the Canada Games is it's truly integrated. We have athletes with an intellectual disability, with a physical disability.
Puis juste être inclus. Je pense que souvent, on est mis un petit peu de côté quand on est un peu plus jeune, puis qu'on est différent, puis qu'on a un handicap. Puis là, être à ces Jeux-là, c'était comme toute une grosse équipe.
It's important to have representation and to acknowledge their different perspectives of life.
When the opportunity is there, show up. The older you is gonna say thank you.
If you believe in yourself, you can make anything happen.
That's the Canada Games.
Drinking more of summer with Tim's new iced lattes, now whipped for a silky smooth taste. Pairs perfectly with having nowhere to be. Or remembering you have a bunch of places to be. Try a smooth iced latte today in flavors like new brown sugar.
That just stops the ball. Play.
Alrighty, settling in now for the bottom of 7th. Quebec last kick of the can here, trailing by 5. Emma Rose Payette, first baseman for Quebec, leads off for La Belle Province here in bottom of 7. BC Saskatchewan next from Pepperell Field as Day 2 preliminary women's softball continues from the Caribou Complex in Pleasantville. Ball hit down to second, and the flip over to first in time, 1 down. So Alexia Chevrier will stand in, right fielder. Chloe Hockwad working her second inning of relief. Pitch down and in, 2-0. But need base runners, and they need them right away. Rounded foul at the plate. There's the strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Foul back. Got a piece of it. Stay alive. 2-2.
It's almost like we translate each other.
Chop foul down the third baseline. Alexis Chevrier hanging tough. Works the count full. And awaiting Chloe Hawkward's delivery. Here it comes. Chopped to short and through for a base hit. So Quebec remains alive with a base runner here. And Marie-Soleil Rondeau will step in for Quebec. Or hold it. Oh, we have a pinch hitter. Thank you, it's Cassandra Toledano. That's right. I had her at the bat lasting, and then I flubbed it that time. Fading like a flower here in the bottom of the seventh. Not her, me, right?
Absolutely.
Here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Right there. One away, one on. 7-2 Ontario, bottom of 7. Quebec on the verge of going to 2-1, and Ontario improving to 2-0. But it's not over yet. But there's strike 3 call, and that is the ball game. So Team Ontario with a 7-2 victory here at Pepperell Field. As the women's softball preliminaries continue, we'll have Saskatchewan and BC coming up next, and that will be around 4 o'clock local time here as the teams come together to shake hands. And look at that, look how legible, look at the writing on those. Isn't that nice? William?
Well, Pool B, Quebec now 2-1, Ontario now 2-0. The only teams in this pool with 2 wins. That could change by the end of the night tonight.
And we're just receiving the lineups for Team BC and Team Saskatchewan, and we have some beautiful penmanship, William. So we do get a little break here, and we don't have to rewrite the lineup, so we can figure out how to pronounce them correct, not try to botch them, and we gotta love it. So we'll take that for sure. So on behalf of Bill Hart, I'm Brian Rogers. That's the second of 4 broadcasts here today in Universum Media Inc. BC Saskatchewan next at 4, and then at 6:30 tonight, Quebec will take on Newfoundland Labrador. Quebec now 2-1, Newfoundland Labrador 1-1 coming into action here this evening. That's it for now. Take care. Catch you in less than an hour here with more action from the 2025 Canada Summer Games.
It's my time, it's my time, it's my time. I'ma leave it all on the line.